maybe. Wait a minute. Here we go. Hi guys. I need to get things squared away. Sorry about that. I was downstairs singing happy birthday to my nephew and ran upstairs and saw that it was 7:01. So
sorry, I'm just walking back and forth.
heel thump, heel
Sorry.
thump. It's like the internet is not responding to anything that I do here.
We got 1,000 tabs open.
That's not why.
That's why.
That's not.
Yes, it is.
Quiet.
Trust me.
Gosh, I don't want to set up the iCloud. What is all this garbage? Go away. There we go. All right, everyone. How are you? Hi, Margaret. Lisa says hi, Joel.
Hi.
I didn't really give you guys much of a notice for today. I sent out a newsletter yesterday, but then I was in the garden all day and remembered I hadn't loaded this to put it on YouTube yet. So that's just the way it goes. It's been a couple weeks, so hi, Lady Katharina. I am like a sunburned mess, but that's just the way it is. We just had family we ordered, which was marvelous. I said to Joel around noon, I'm like, just so you know, the fairies will be making dinner. It will not be me. Hi, Cricket. Hi, everyone. So today, it was really beautiful this morning, and Star64 says hi, Joel. Hi from Puerto Rico, Jolene. Hello, hi, Heidi. This morning was so beautiful. I actually grabbed my camera. I woke up and I can, from our bedroom, see, I can't see the garden per se, like from my bed, but I can see everything else. I can see the trees and everything, and it was really beautiful. Like the fog was in. Did you think it was fog off the lake or steam from the air ground situation?
I'm not quite sure because it got really foggy.
It was really foggy.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure which one it was. The humidity was 100% humidity. So
Maison by Mont. Hi from Spain. Hi, Pennsylvania. Hi, everyone. Oh, Carol, thank you. You should see it today, girlfriend. Today was a big day. Nova Scotia. Oh boy, I actually looked at moving to Nova Scotia. So before we found this house in Door County, I'm like super mangy here. I probably have like armpit stains. Before we found this house in Door County, I'd sort of given up on living here. And this is really gonna bug me. You guys know I am about lopsided stuff. There we go. I looked down south because it's so beautiful with the streams and the mountains and everything. And we looked, or I did. Joel was like, you're crazy. But I looked, you know, like PEI, really, really north, which probably makes Door County look like Florida. Hi from Florida, Solange. Bonsoir. Traverse City, hello, hello. So you're about, are you straight across Traverse City? Are they straight across? Just
close,
about straight across. Stacy finally has garden weather in Maryland. That is wonderful. So I went a little nuts today. I planted a lot of roses, but hi, Vanessa, don't cry. I'm here. Everything's okay. Oh, you're sweet. Oh, Newfoundland. Newfoundland? Is that how you say it? You don't say it Newfoundland. You say it Newfoundland. Aloha, Phil. All right. Not far. Brazil. Oh, my goodness. Solange, I love that name. I love the name Solange. I love the name Anique. Love the name Anique. Do we have an Anique? I don't think there's an Anique that watches the channel. that I've seen so far. McHenry, hello, Joyce. I used to live in McHenry. That's crazy. Levine, Ohio, Ontario. Beautiful. We had, you could feel it this morning. So I woke up and everything was just so foggy and gorgeous. And I thought, well, I'm going to make myself a latte because if you follow on Instagram, you can see that we finally got the espresso machine. What is going on back there? I should like pick up my room. There's like a tapestry from the living room and a weight down on the floor. Syracuse, hi. So what was I saying? I don't even remember. I can't focus. I can't focus on myself. It was very foggy this morning, and I thought, okay, I'm going to make a coffee, and I'm going to get right outside. And a lot of times I like to get right to work, but man, when there's like that like chemical creative feel, then I have to film, and I wish I had more opportunity to do that. As a mom and with all the responsibilities, I don't have as much of an opportunity to be creative as I want to. I just watched like Yona's latest videos this evening. Actually, Joel and I watched them together. We drove into town to get carry out and we watched Yona's videos while we were waiting. Thank you, Amy. And I'm like, dang, if that girl just doesn't have a truckload of time, and that's good for her, and my life is good for me, but I really need to strike while the iron's hot. So this morning there was like all this fog, and I made myself some espresso and I went out with my camera, and my tripod has broken. So how many of you saw you're looking very French today? Oh, okay. I'm in my grandma apron and a sweatshirt, and this is actually my grandmother's hanky. So she taught me how to tie my hair up in a babushka to keep it clean from the wind. And this is actually hers. I'm sad. I shouldn't wear it, but it's very threadbare and it makes me very happy when I wear it. It's very thin and it totally reminds me of her. Oh, Maison by Mom. Okay, remind me of that Maison. I don't know. I just went outside this morning with my camera. My tripod is broken. So look at the rubber bands from my roses. I'll get to that. I have rubber bands on my wrist. My tripod is broke, so my poor camera today, I'm like setting it in the on rocks. I'm trying to do whatever I can to catch whatever shot I can. So I'm sure like each shot is like chopped off at my nose, but it was so beautiful. And I got my roses this week, which thanks, Lucinda. That's true. I was really excited to get my roses. So I ordered like a truckload, I must confess. I ordered a lot of David Austin roses in January, and some of them were the bare root and some of them were the 2-quart. And so, excuse me, I have a hair on my tongue. The bare root came the other day, and I dumped them in a tub in my pond, a tub that has a hole in the bucket. Dear Liza, dear Liza. So I put the bare root in there and just sat them there for the week, and as I'm planting them. And then the 2-quart came last night at the end of the day. So I got up early this morning and planted them, and it was beautiful. So this morning was kind of like just getting them situated and placing them where I wanted them, and then I put the camera away and got down to brass tacks. And you're trying to like take this like little tiny rose and envision the color in front of it, behind it, around it. How big is it going to be? Is it going to be 3 feet, 3 to 4 feet? It's really intimidating. Like, as a gardener, you're just living for the future, but you also want to live really presently. You want to be present in your garden and not always just waiting it for it to be something that it's not. I have to appreciate it for what it is. And it's beautiful to me, even though there's, 2.5 feet in between each perennial. In my mind, it looks like Monty Don's where you can't even see the ground, So yeah. Ida May, I love your name. I live, if you look at a map of America, and you look at Wisconsin, I think I don't know if I'm reversed with you guys. I can't ever remember, but you know, Michigan has the thumb. Is that the way it is? Is that what you guys see? But if you look at Wisconsin, there's this little tiny pinky that sticks out into Lake Michigan, and it's a series of islands. And I live on the biggest of those islands. So, very blessed to live here. I've always wanted to live here as long as I can remember. It was either here or France, and we ended up here. So, hi, Dorothy. How are you? Somebody's texting me. I'm assuming it's my girlfriend. It's Shay. Okay. Hi, Tambra. The mitt. Yep. So I'm from Michigan. So I'm used to the mitten, and now I live on the pinky. So we have very, very little activity here. I mean, we don't really even have the lime green buds on our trees yet. We have the beginning daffodils. Just a minute. 1 second. That's because I'm live, you nerd. And your best friend doesn't know you're live on YouTube. She typed something and I said, okay. And she said, that's a lame response. So yeah, Idamaze in northern Minnesota. So you probably kind of have a similar vibe. I mean, our grape hyacinth are just coming out. They're in their glory. The daffodils are in their glory. But that's really forsythia. Is it forsythia or forsythia? I'm assuming it's forsythia. It's not my favorite. I don't really care for yellow. But it's blooming in the driveway. I'll probably bring some into the kitchen table. She did that 2 weeks ago too. She did. They're making fun of you. They're laughing at you. I can't type. I can't type and hang out at the same time. No, you didn't miss the live stream. Nina, you're here. This is the live stream. This is it. We're live. Nina, you're live. Don't panic. There's like probably a 30-second delay, so you're pretty live. You can only talk to best friends that way. Yes, you can. Pam would love to plant an Outlander garden. Pam, let's talk about that. What kind of an Outlander garden do we want to plant? Do we want the kind where she's at Castle Leoch with Crazy Witch Lady? Or do we want like the American version of an Outlander garden? Because that garden at Castle Leoch, like, is amazing with all the herbs and the globe thistle, and wow, I love that garden. That's where the show, I mean, the show really got me. The way we started watching Outlander, I'll tell you guys this. And if I miss your question, just like remind me again, okay? Just say it again. You won't book me because I can't keep up. Where's my glass of wine? Durr, it's right here. Oh crap. Hi Lacey, how are you? The way Joel and I started watching Outlander is, I've said this to you guys before, like we have really similar movie tastes. So I really like bang bang, shoot 'em up guy movies. I love like Fight Club and Quentin Tarantino and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I just do. And so does he. And he likes like Jane Austen and not like cheesy rom-coms, but good romantic comedies, or, you know, like he likes chick flicks, I suppose you'd call them, like drama, period pieces. Okay, a period piece is not lost on Joel, and violence is not lost on me. I guess that's the best way to describe it. So we used to have this thing where we would try to find like the next show, because movies are lame, and so we would the next show to watch. And one day, like 3 or 4 years ago, he got home, and KH loves Quentin movies. Yeah, girl. He came home and I was like, ooh, I got one, because I had been on Facebook. You know, I hate Facebook, but you know, they have like that little side ticker on Facebook, and it was showing like all these people like at a table, like decked out in like Versailles type clothing and candles, and it said Outlander. And I was like, what is this? So I Googled it and it was like time travel. And I'm all about the time travel. It just fascinates me. And so we got home. I'm like, ooh, I got one. I got a show for us. Little did I know, like, these books have been around forever. And that's how we got into Outlander. So you didn't, not like you asked, but that's how we got into Outlander. You guys, I'm going to try to like review comments, but if you want me to see something, like, just say it again. I need water. I'm so thirsty. It's so windy here. All my Pellegrinos are empty on my desk. I look like a hobo with all these empty bottles. Vanessa, come on, girl. You can do it. You just type in, go to Google and type in Homemaker Chic podcast and something will come up and you'll be able to click it. It'll be awesome. Lacey wants to watch Outlander, wants to watch but hates all the subscription services. I think you probably can watch most of them on Amazon at this point. Maybe not the most recent season, which just got done. What is on my sweatshirt? This is like my favorite sweatshirt. Just got done the other day, but I would just go to Amazon. I think everything except the most recent season is on Amazon. But like, let's be real, just read the books. Or listen to them. The books are so good. Shay's talking to me again. What is she doing? Just run to get your water. We'll wait for you. I'm going to have a kid do it. I love you. I can't help it. That love Shay said her love for me has no schedule. Yes, thank you. Are we out of Pellegrino? I did not drink 18 bottles of Pellegrino in 1 week. Yeah. There, Netflix. Paris says Netflix has Outlander 1 through 3. Homeland is great. You know what else is really good? I mean, it's got some, like everything I say, you're just going to have to like take it with your own personal filter and cue up what's inappropriate. But I really liked Justified. I thought Justified was a really good show. Do you think you are further ahead with your garden than this year than last? Yes, I absolutely do. And I think it's just because last year we had 3 feet of snow come in on like April 24th. And like, obviously I remember it because it was a big deal. And so I do think we're ahead. I'm going to tell Shay you said that, Amy. Is that new? Okay, I'm gonna like just, I don't like drinking. Oh, can't get away from
Here's a
that.
cup.
I don't want to guzzle on screen.
You want me to?
You can say hi though. They'll be happy to say hi too.
Hello, ladies.
There's like a 30-second delay, so it might.
Angela's guzzling her Pellegrino over here, not on screen. So
I stole your pajamas. That's why you have those on.
Yeah, that's right.
Afterlife on Netflix. Trust me, everyone. Oh, Ricky Gervais is funny.
Afterlife.
Okay, wait. What else?
Peaky Blinders. Mm-hmm.
Who said Peaky Blinders?
Right here.
Gima Vida. Peaky Blinders is the best show ever.
Hey, Jill. Hey, Lacey. Hey, Rachel. Okay, you want to
Please show us the tapestry on the chair.
Tapestry on the chair. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Christine. Free Spirit. Hello.
Go away, you dork. All right, this is the tapestry. This was hanging in my living room, but this living room is like completely under construction. Isn't that beautiful? It's made in Belgium.
Hey, Venice.
Look at that. Wait.
Aloha.
Oh, Joel, you're so handsome. Get in here.
Nobody said that.
Yes, they did. Someone said it right there.
Oh, I can't read anymore. So.
There.
Well, that's beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Heidi's got a tripod for me. Too bad I made Joel order me one last night. Those are not cheap.
Cancel.
Peaky Blinders was good. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Now I'm going to belch in front of all you guys. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, I'm totally belching. That's ridiculous. It is so good. Like if you like Sopranos, like if you were a Sopranos person, like we're like now you know your level of violence and all that. Peaky Blinders is, as far as characters, I think just blows Sopranos out of the water. I love that show. In fact, if you call me Red Right, oops, I was calling my mom. Whoopsie. Red Right Hand is my ringer on my phone. Hi, Amy. Oh, Lucinda, that sounds beautiful. Beautiful. Lacey, Tommy Shelby. I sometimes watch Chateau Diaries. I talk with her. Her and I message back and forth on Instagram. A lot of people ask me if I watch Chateau Diaries. So her place just like freaks me out. Those places really freak me out, like in a good way. Because like you could literally get a couple families together and buy a chateau. You could just work on it forever. We're going to be working on this house forever. What's the difference? Wow. Lucinda, what's the first thrift shop you are going to when the shop's open to? When the shop's open? Well, I have, see what they do is they put stuff out front and then they like have like a little drop box. So I do have my eye on some twigs. Nothing major, but like these bundles of twigs, which I think will be very useful for the garden. Let me see if I can find them here. No, you can't. This photo's not even worth. Why isn't Shay on your live? I don't know how to do that. We live 2,000 miles away. Maybe that's why I don't know how we can do that. Venice Mitchell, Jason Bourne. I almost named Aiden Jason Bourne. I love me some Jason Bourne. So yeah, a little violent type of alpha female. Okay. Venice, like you now you are speaking my language. Like you're getting it. You're getting it. Hello, Tanya. How are you? Did you call me? No, there's my mom. An accident. Hola. Buenos noches. Joel. That's what our Mexican friends call Joel. They call him Joel. It kills me. Why does it sound so funny? Phil lives in Washington with Shay. I think thrift stores in France that Stephanie goes to seem so much cheaper. Maybe. I only went to one thrift store in Paris, and I got the cutest bedding. It was before I was a mother, and I knew I wanted to be a mother, and I really wanted a boy first. And I bought this really cute, like cream and blue toile, like child's sheet, not the fitted sheet because they don't do that, and a pillowcase. And that was the only thing that I bought at a thrift store in France. But that sounds really funny. Sounds really fun. Sorry. I don't know, Nina. Nina's asking if our Supreme Court stopped our shutdown. I don't know. I have like a really good realtor friend, and she keeps like texting me all the dates because her husband's a police officer here. I don't think so. I think that what our area is trying to do is turned out to be like illegal, or they can't, override the Supreme Court, but I don't know. I have no idea. Howdy, Miss Benton. How are ya? There's a lot of people up here. Like today we were coming home and, we live off one of the major, there's just two major highways. So basically you live off of either highway. And I said to Joel, I'm like, that's a lot of cars. And like our cases up here, we went from like none. And now that everybody's coming up here to their vacation homes, we had like 9 cases 2 weeks ago. And now we'll probably hit 30 tomorrow because we had 29 today. And then we had 26 the day before that. And we had like 19 the day before that. They're just like going. So it's pretty sad because we were pretty sheltered up here, but everybody's coming up and I don't think they're quarantining like they're supposed to, but I can't even think of now. Like I just have to like just put my head down and try to be really positive because I I don't know about you guys, but like at some point you just have to stop going there because it's so, ugh. We get 2 more weeks after every protest in Lansing. Yeah, you do. Lansing. I went to the Lansing State Capitol as a child with the glass floor. Jessica wants to know how many seasons of Outlander there are. There's 5. So there are 8 books. Maybe she's writing the 9th, and I think they've made 5 seasons. Drink that. The sky is open. You can hear me, Sharon. Drink that raw milk. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have all our like Fear Ball, which is our big favorite, like Viking, where they light the bonfires on the beach, has been canceled. Everything's been canceled. It's just going to be really interesting. I don't know. I don't know. What's up, cutie? Nothing. Hey, Lacey. We'll see you on the live stream for Homemaker Chic next week. Do you plant moonflowers and morning glories? I do have a ton of morning glories started in the greenhouse, and the other day I thought I saw the moonflowers at the store. I have to tell you, for all the years that I've started moonflower seeds, I've never had any luck with them. And it kind of makes me feel like a loser because they're really pretty amazing, and it would be really cool to have because I do love a white garden. So,
what is a moonflower?
It's like an evening version of a morning glory. So it's a big white flower that grows on an annual vine like a morning glory. And I just gave up years ago because I used to always start them and nothing would come of them. Oh, Nina doesn't even have curbside antiques. That's sad. Are the books cleaner than the TV show? Yes. I mean, they still are what they are, but there's, those shows like whatever, Peaky Blinders or Game of Thrones or Outlander, they do stuff. They expose you to quite a bit the first few seasons to get a certain audience hooked, if you know what I mean. And then that typically goes away. So, yeah. Read the books. If they're too much, then just put them away. But they're not as, I think there's something about seeing something visually that stays with you. So there's, always the fast forward button for me. So I think you have to direct sow moonflowers. So go figure. It's been a long time. I gave up on them a long time ago. So let's see. No farmer's market in Dundee. Hi, Mom. Oh, look, I told my mom I was live, and there she is. That's right. That's right, Venice. It's not going anywhere, so got to get in a new groove, stepping out into the new normal. Yep, I always nick the seeds. I file them. Actually, I find the best way to do that is with like fingernail clippers. Those seeds that say to nick them, I just I clip them with a fingernail clippers. I've never... You okay? I've never started Lady's Mantle indoors. I just typically take the flower after it turns brown and just shake it out in the garden. And, they kind of come up in the cracks. I'm going to close my office door. Hello. They kind of just appear here, there, and everywhere. I'm wondering if there's some species of Lady's Mantle that do better than others, though, because I have a whole lot here that haven't really done the whole seedling thing as well as other varieties I've had in the past. Oh, ma vache va bien. Elle est ma reine. She's amazing. I tell you what, it's all I can do not to make out with her. She is just so incredible. Thank you for asking, Sophie. Stephanie, heart-shaped copper pans. So I think like a whole lot of people have their copper pans already. I think there's 10 people that are waiting on theirs because they were like the last round to be made. The thing is, let's see here. Don't mind me, I'm in my gardening apron and Joel's pajama bottoms. This is the gal that makes your copper pans, and she has a brand new book. And so she is like legit busy with, who is it? HarperCollins. Who are we doing here? She's so busy. And, HarperCollins, yeah. Her problem right now, why she's like, I mean, I could push the copper pan because I would love to sell some more. I think they're freaking beautiful. But it's a matter of, with COVID, it's a matter of getting the copper. It's like getting the actual raw materials to make the project. And she's like trying to promote her book on a really wonky situation where she would normally be like flying to New York and doing XYZ. And now she's home with her kids and trying to promote the book like it's the old days. You guys, everything's just so jacked up. So I actually need to talk to her and just say like, hey, can I sell another round of copper heart-shaped pans? And she has actually priced another pan that I have in my kitchen that hangs on my yellow cabinet, and she has made a template for the little one that you see on the videos that has the beeswax candles in it, which is really exciting. It's not cheap because there's a ton that goes into making the handle and the little like fluted feet, but it's so beautiful. Oh, well, Venice, there's screaming kiddos in the background right now, so I think you should be good. Nina stayed at the Thorpe house. Ooh, that's what actually, that was my hook into Door County, was the Thorpe house. Here we go. This is her name, Sarah. That's her name. And she is on Instagram at @housecopper. So she has her own line of copper. And then the pieces that she makes for me, she makes exclusively for me, but she does have her own copper that she does as well. So, yahoo! Vanessa Z. Quebec French is not France French. This is true. When I hear Canadians speak, I'm just like, what? And then I have to just kind of like switch over, but it's really super hard. Once I ordered my children a whole like homeschool curriculum, I was like, finally, I found a French homeschool curriculum. And it was Quebec, yeah. I don't know how to say it. It was so wonky. Like, oh, this is not going to be helpful because this is not at all the type of French I try to speak to my children. So Duolingo is good for the kids. Why do we wear aprons all the time? Purely for practicality, Claudia. So I have something to wipe my hands on and wipe a snot nose on and put stuff in the pockets. Like what's in my pockets now? There's a gum wrapper and a piece of clementine. That's what's in my pocket right now. Are you putting a fountain in your pond? Maybe. I'd like to see. We have another big pond that we're putting in the corner. So one of them we want to be like a very like natural habitat, like a frog pond, and you know, a nature habitat to attract whatever wildlife we can. Frogs like still water. This pond is going to have a waterfall, not anything crazy. And I think it's going to be big enough that maybe the frogs might inhabit one area of but we'll see. It's going to be dependent on if it turns into like a swamp or not. I would, anything we do would have to be like a floating like solar fountain. My snails come, I think my snails come tomorrow. I have like 40 algae eating snails, and you know, I don't even remember what I ordered at this point. Lilies and cattails and all the, you know, aquatic plants to keep great water hyacinth and things like that to cover the water and keep the sun, because the sun is what's gonna make the algae. So we'll see. Where do you find my aprons? Where do you find your aprons? This one I think my mom got. Is this Amélie's mom? My mom thinks I steal gifts that she gives my daughter, but I don't know. This one, I keep a whole stack of them like on a hook in the pantry, and so I get them. They're either vintage like this one, or I get them at TJ Maxx. And Lucinda is correct. Copper heats very evenly. A lot of people think cast iron heats evenly, and it really doesn't. I love cast iron because it's like the original no stick. I don't use no stick cookware because of it's not very healthy. And so I use strictly cast iron or copper. That's all I use. Do you have quite? No, I don't have anything in my pond yet. Like there's nothing. There's dead worms. There's dead worms in my pond. We'll see if we put fish in because the fish will eat the, the frog eggs. So the main point of me having a pond is to have frogs because I want the cacophony of the frogs, and my children love frogs, and I just want all the things. I want the frogs. I want the libby little what are they called? The dragonflies, and yeah. So the deer fence. How is the deer fence coming? The deer fence is the same as it was last year. It's like 70% done. And there's just this big strip on the one side of the garden where we're going to put in the glass house, the greenhouse, and it's just kind of low on the totem pole. But even Joel said to me today while we were out there, he said, I saw deer again. There's different deer paths. You can see them in the forest. They make a very clear mark through the brush. And, sometimes they're around, sometimes they're not. But he said, I saw them again. So I think we should probably get the fence done because you're going to be putting in broccoli and the cabbage and things like that, the temptation plants in the back. So, oh, you guys are sweet. So I don't know if you guys listen to the podcast, but I was mentioning this the other day. I have very little makeup on right now, just a little foundation for sun protection, and I did switch to I don't know how this light translates, but I switched to cream blush, cream contour. Actually, it looks like I got one side darker than the other. Cream everything, and I love it. Like I just love it. I never thought I would like cream products, and despite the fact that it looks like one side's darker than the other, I get done with like my concealer and my foundation, like on a full makeup day, and I just take a little of the cream. First of all, it's so vintage, it's old fashioned feeling to me, and just kind of rub it in, and I love it because it feels like it has this look like your makeup's coming from the outside, from the inside out. So instead of just sitting on your face, which I really don't like that, so I don't wear a lot of powder. I like everything very creamy. Even though I have oily skin, I don't like that sitting on your face. I'm really digging I have to just say, I'm digging the cream blush. I'm using Tarte. I'll grab it if you want me to. Skincare video, please. Peg, I do have one. There is a skincare, I think it's called Beautiful Skin After 40. No, there's not a lot of mosquitoes here, Sophie. It's interesting. It's not like in Illinois. We have maybe a couple weeks where we do have mosquitoes, and then it's just not like 300 miles south of here where you walk out and you're just slapping your face and slapping your arms and having to like spray up and everything. So let's see, okay, I'm trying to keep up, so if I miss something, thank you. Your skin looks very natural. Thank you. Okay, somebody wants me to grab the blush, so let me go grab it. I will have lily pads. I think they're not super cheap. I'm gonna have to build up my inventory. I cannot believe how pricey aquatic plants are, and goodness knows I need a truckload of them for the big pond. I think I just grabbed a couple, but there's really beautiful ones. Water orchids or something, I don't know. I get my stuff at thepondguy.com. So, yeah. What about bats or flies? Well, bats I think are a good thing. I look at bats as a good thing, even though they creep me out. We have lots of bats. You can see them flying in the air in the evening, so that's a good thing. Flies, we have, oh, you guys, what is happening? Flies we have back by the animals, so they will be. bad, and we have them in the house. But I did buy one of those. I can't stand the reverse. It makes me feel like I'm going cuckoo. I bought one of those. It's not a Venus flytrap, but one of those houseplants that catches flies. So cool. It has these big pods that hang off of it. It's very tropical. Because every year Joel makes me buy fly strips and he hangs them in the kitchen. And so anytime we have to film, I'm like pulling these nasty things off the ceiling and they're so gross and they stick to your hair. And you're eating dinner and you hear like, you hear the fly dying a slow death while you're eating dinner. It's awful. So I'm just going to buy a bunch of these hanging baskets and put them all over the kitchen. And like, maybe don't burst my bubble if that's a bad idea. I really want it to work. Okay, I'm going to go get the blush. Somebody said mosquitoes are the national bird. That's so funny. Sitting out in my vintage window greenhouse, listening to the rain inspired by your can-do. Lisa, talk to me about your vintage window greenhouse because I have a stack of windows and I'm going to paint them bright green, not bright green, but like a Kelly green. My greenhouse is not going to be white like everybody else's. It's going to be green. And I'm so excited. Okay, let me go grab my blush. And, okay, hold on. Okay, got my arsenal here. We vacuum all our flies. That's right, just right out of the air. I've done that before. Oh my gosh, I need frogs. I can't wait. Vanessa, I would use, if you need a really good moisturizer, I love doTERRA's hydrating cream. It's so yummy. Okay, so this is my makeup that I'm using right now. And you guys, I think I mentioned this on a previous, excuse me, I get such cotton mouth talking. I am working on a makeup line. I don't know if I can pull it off before fall, but I'm really trying to. Peg says lemongrass helps with mosquitoes. I'm actually thinking about transferring all my lemongrass back to the Euro Village to be with my animals to help with bugs. Okay, so this is what I'm loving right now though. Everything that I use, whether I remember to or not, to tell you, I do update my Amazon store. So I have an Amazon store and it's full of like furniture and all my dish towels that you see in my kitchen and anything you see me cooking with. I have my makeup bag. I have my homeschool, all my homeschool stuff. Actually, let me just write it in here. Okay, that is my Amazon store. So this is what I use. It's called Face Tape. And Vanessa, you can just email me and I can make you a custom like skincare shopping cart. I could actually stand to put on some makeup just for fun. So I use a kabuki brush and really it just takes a little bit, like, actually that's probably a lot. I guess I'm putting my makeup on now here, like on top of sweat and grime. So let's see here. And I might have actually grabbed the wrong color because I've been outside. So looking a little pasty. Ooh, yeah, that is a little pasty. I swear, when you're out in the garden, like your skin changes every 3 hours. That looks really creepy. I'm so glad I did that now for all of you. I'll buff that crap out. That's way too much. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Mosquitoes are terrible in Central Florida. Sea-based cream does not clog your pores. Ooh, cool. Okay, that's so bad there. This is what I would recommend. But see, like I used way too much. Like this tube, this bottle will last me forever because it's already too light. I bought it last month. And even with a bandana and a hat and everything, it's way too light. All right. Look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Okay, so this is a liquid. Gosh, that is way too pale. This is a cream bronzer, which I probably could stand to use after all that. You better go wash it off. No kidding, Lucinda. Looks creepy. There we go. I can't tell like what you guys can see because I know the cameras are different. So with my luck, it looks even worse than what I see. Name of these. Okay, I'm sorry. I know I'm the worst person. This is what I use. Okay, good luck if you can't read it. This is Tarte face tape. And again, it's in my Amazon makeup bag. Tarte face tape. This is Tarte. I cannot read that. My office is so dark right now. I have no idea. Cream bronzer. Like, good luck. Cream bronzer. Tarte. Somebody was asking about Jovial. They don't usually run out, and it's not that they ran out per se. It's just a COVID getting it here thing. But actually, they have, there we go. That's better. They have product right now. So like run, don't walk to Jovial. Here, I'm gonna actually put this on here because you guys really need to get your einkorn. I got mine yesterday. I was so happy because I only had about 8 pounds left. Jovial.com. And then at the checkout, use the code Parisienne10 for 10% off. There we go. Okay, so there's the bronzer, Tarte Cream Bronzer. And then this color is called Beach Cheeks. Boom. Comes in a little seashell. It's your lips. They have makeup on, so they look so pale. Okay. It's true. There, how's that? I'll just bite them, get some blood going into them. All right, this is it. It looks really kind of bright and loud. But I just go like this. And again, I'm not used to doing my makeup in my freaky deaky computer camera, so be nice. This is very weird. There. See how it's, I mean, I don't know what that looks like on your end, but to me, it's like a glowing, like from the outside, why can't I talk? From the inside out look. Let's see what that looks like on the YouTube camera. Is it any different? Ooh, the YouTube camera is pretty bad. All right. I have a different camera. Tarte Beach Cheeks. Yes, thank you, Miss Benton. Vanessa, let's see. Okay, now I'm like really frustrated. The YouTube camera is bad. It's no bueno. Okay, this is my email, Angela@ParisienneFarmgirl.com. Yeah, Vanessa, it's pixelated on my end too. It's not in like my recording camera, but then when I look over on my YouTube screen, it's pretty wonky. Oh, Nancy, that is so cute. What do you need, sweetie? It's fine. And then like a contour cream stick. Hello, that's super cool. I love this. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Anyways, that's what I'm enjoying for my makeup lately. I should do like a live daytime makeup tutorial because that's very weird. Hi.
Just looking. That's all. Just see what's going on.
Oh, good. I think when you watch like the recorded videos, there's like a little gear down in the, like if you click on the video, there's like a little gear icon that comes up. And I noticed on mine, I don't know how your computers or your phone or whatever are set, but if I click that gear, it will give me the option of like what kind of quality I want to watch the video in. So I film all my videos in like 4K or whatever it is, like the top quality. Whether you see that on your end or not is dependent on what settings you have on your computer or your phone. The foundation, Kathy, is liquid. It is amazing. The name Face Tape is no joke, but you can see I even put way too much on. I had like a half a pea dot on top of this brush. I would get a kabuki brush and try it. Mavita. Ha ha. Okay, Miss Benton says her pores are huge. Her pores are huge. Her pores are huge. She has no idea what to do. I would get another product, but there's 2 products you can do that off the top of my head, or 3, but I'm not going to remember all of them. One is called, one I'm not going to remember. It's probably in my makeup bag. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. It's in a little green and white striped tube, and it intimates something about pores. And then the other one is by Tarte, and it's like in a little pot with a gold lid, and it's also in my makeup bag on Amazon. Both of them are like spackle because I have pretty good sized pores too. So I have a couple of scars that I like to fill in, and I think you'd really, really like it. It's one I think is called Porefection. I think that's the green and white striped tube by Benefit called Porefection. So yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would check out because both are really, really amazing. And they make it just, it's like spackle. It is. It's like filling a nail hole on your wall before you paint. Awesome. Yeah, but for those of you asking about Jovial Einkorn, they have it right now. It's 1 10-pound bag per account. So get yourself one. I usually order 3 and 4 at a time. I got mine yesterday. And then it's all about how fast she can get it in from Italy. And so I think after this round, then things are going to pick up again. So in June, she'll get another shipment, and then I think we'll be allowed more than 1 bag per order. So, Porefessional. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you so much. The kids' bedrooms are almost done. We have there's a chimney closet in the middle of the 2 rooms, and so right now we just have like staple gunned fabric over this chimney closet because I said to Joel, I'm like, don't fashion doors for this chimney closet. I want it to look like an old attic, so I want to have like an old door on this little space. So it's low, it's like 3 by 4, 4 by 3, and so I said, we really need to just wait till thrifting season comes. I don't want you to like buy new wood a door when we could probably find something. So just today we ran to town to have something notarized, and sure enough, there was a piece of wood in front of one of the thrift stores that I think could totally be made into one of these doors. So I have, home interior stuff on the way. It's just really hard to do everything because I had so many requests last year to do more gardening videos. And now that I'm doing more gardening videos, I have more requests to do more home interior videos. So I need to do a spring farmhouse tour. And we have like 3 more lights to hang upstairs, 1 more sheet of drywall to kind of fix this wonky spot. And then the kids' bedrooms are so cute. It is so nice to have them. The 2 big kids have their own space, then the 4 that are remaining share bedrooms, and it's so lovely. Yeah. Melinda, what kind of yeast do you use for bread? I make mostly sourdough. If I do a yeasted bread, then I use Red Star. So I get a big case of it, or a big package of it when I go to Costco, and it lasts me about a year. So Miss Benton would like to hear the story of where I got my white statues. Those ones. So let's see if I can do this. The big one I got from my mom. She used to have a shop, and I think she broke it and they glued it back together. So I got it for a deal. And it's a pretty popular statue. I like it because mine has the bare-breasted version, so one of the breasts is bare. And I think when you see this statue, typically they've they've remedied that. So she's kind of turned, but that's the version that I have. And then the gal with the fabric, I don't know if you get that one right there. I don't know where I got that. Maybe I got that from my mom's store too. And then the bigger one, that's kind of like a Venus de Milo, no arms and everything. My mom and I used to go shopping at this great store in Illinois and subsequently became friends with the owner. And she had that, and that's from her store, and it's just so special, and it's so beautiful. And I mean, I don't believe in jinxing, but I can't believe my children haven't broken it yet. Then I do have a Venus de Milo. Let's see. This one here. This is like your typical quintessential Louvre museum souvenir. So, sorry, it's really bright. Can you see that? I don't know where to go. If I turn on some more lights, if that would help. Maybe. Maybe not. I love this. So this is just your total, like, museum piece, like you'd get in a museum, like alabaster. And this was the one somewhere recently I was saying, like, I really regretted not getting the Kiss at the Rodin Museum in Paris, because they had a version like in the same spirit as that, and it was about this high, and it was so beautiful. It was $200 at the time, and it's just like one of those things where I just really should have bit the bullet and like not eaten that week and just bought it, because I should have. I've never been back to Paris since then. I've been there 3 times, and I saw that on my last trip. Went to the Rodin Museum on my last trip, and it's so beautiful. And I know it comes in like bronze and other things, but the white one was so gorgeous. And then the other 2 little guys, they're more like Greco-Roman, like, I don't know. And I used to paint furniture for this shop in Chicago, and so her and I did a lot of bartering, and so these are, gosh, I have no idea what you guys can see in this light. I love these ones too. They're gorgeous. And again, made in Italy. They look like museum, something from the museum gift shop. And Melinda is right. Shay does have a great video, because there was such a demand for sourdough when all this went down. So Shay's got a great sourdough video on her blog. Sharon is right. The tart smoothing primer comes in the pot with the gold lid. She swears by it. It's amazing. When you make the bread and you put the Dutch oven in the oven to preheat it, do you have the lid on? No, I don't. The big one of them is ceramic. The rest, I believe, are alabaster. They are heavy. They're heavy. They're gorgeous. I love them. I would have a whole wall of them. I think they're so beautiful. What got me hooked on white statuary, my uncle's an interior designer, and one year for Christmas he brought this book to my grandmother's house just for him to read, while he was on his Christmas break. And I don't know what the book is. I suppose I could ask him. This was so long ago, I don't know if he'd even remember. But it was a designer's book, and this designer had all these beautiful homes that he or she had done. And this, from what I remember, this was like this designer's signature move, was to have a white statue in each room. And it just captured my mind. First of all, I love the feminine figure. I loved the femininity of the statue in each room. I loved the smoothness, the texture, and that's kind of what started me on my little collection. And around the house, I have other things. So I do collect vintage chocolate tins. So I have some that have like a cameo look on the top, where that look is repeated. I have an old case of matches. Somewhere since we moved, that has like cameo looks on the side. it's something that's so pretty to me. And I know they come in bronze or like a verdegreed look or whatever, but it's those white ones that just really, really get me. Hi, Heather. Okay. And I'm super behind on your conversations that you're, Rachel got the cookbook today. Yay! From France to the farm. I'm so happy. So yeah, I probably won't show you how to make sourdough just because my best friend just showed YouTube how to make sourdough, so that would be kind of weird. But I would check out her video for sure. Okay, Kara, this is a good question. Kara wants to do more rustic renovations in her house, but my husband is always concerned about real estate value and that it might make it too niche if you guys wanted to sell it in a few years. Any tips? So, I don't really have a tip there because I've never cared about that. So I'm kind of ornery that way. Like, it's my home. And if I can't fully express myself in it to the best that my talents and budget will allow, then why do I even have a home? So that's my attitude. But I think, if I think maybe, 20 years ago, maybe that's a concern, but I feel like today you have a better chance of finding somebody who likes your style. I mean, we have Pinterest, we have magazines, we have Instagram. The fact is, and even that's probably redundant for me to say, because the fact is, like, have you bought a home? How many of us with that creative spirit, like, or any, sense of style, go into a home and go, like, this is my dream home. Boom, I don't have to change a thing. I know I have some girlfriends that do that, but not most. Most people want to make changes. So, like, to what extent is it stuff that you could take down at the last minute? Could you swap out your vintage chandeliers for like Home Depot lighting? What I have done in the past is if I'm at a garage sale, somebody is asking me the blush color. The blush is Beach Cheeks. So it looks like maybe it's a limited color. I don't know, but it's called Beach Cheeks. And I think it's in my Amazon cart. I think I've been pretty good about keeping up with anything new makeup wise that I get and putting it in there. What I've done in the past is, if I see something that's more generic at a garage sale, or that's more like generic, typical, and it's a really, really good price, then I will buy it, and that's what I'll swap out for a home. So our last home we rented, and we did a ton of changes to make it palatable for me and photographable for me for the 5 years that we were living there. And the landlord let us make all those changes, but his stuff was like so bad and so outdated that like, even when we took it down, like, a lot of it broke just in removing it. And so I would just stock up on stuff, just your, like, I call them the boob lights, like those nipple looking lights are like $12 or whatever. You see them in garage sales. They're in the box in the corner. Like, that's the kind of stuff like I keep a little inventory of to swap out for resale. So I hope that answered your question. Thank you. See, Julianne's a New York realtor, and she said there's a buyer for everything. Perfect. And yes, Pemberley. I just found a t-shirt the other day that said Pemberley across the front. I'm thinking I need me a Pemberley t-shirt. The boob lights. See, Vanessa? They're boob lights. That's what they are. They look like a giant boob on the ceiling. Mm-hmm. Cynthia, are you kidding me? Oh, I don't know if I can resist, like, pulling that up whilst we talk. Is that kind of like lame to order it offline though? Online instead of like at the actual museum? Rodin Museum. Oh my gosh, that would be, I don't know how I feel about that. Rodin Museum. What? Gift shop. Let's just start there. Oh my. Oh my. A Pemberley t-shirt. Seriously? Can you imagine? That would be so fun. Yes, my roses came in. Susan, you must have, or Sharon, you must have, who am I talking about? Miss Benton. Okay, it's too many names here. Maybe you missed that. That's how I started my day. I was there. You're right. So I can buy it because I was there. Somebody asked me something a second ago, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, can you talk about your, oh, and then I got to jump off. I actually have a hot date with my son. Oh, I have like 5 more minutes because he's going to ditch me if I don't. He agreed to watch Monty Down with me tonight, and I'm so giddy. Aiden actually made me a rose trellis today. I'm swooning. It's so pretty. Planning process for Solar Rocher. That's an excellent question. And I'm sorry, I'm really gonna rush this because I want to hang out with Aiden so bad. I just kept like notebooks and files and Pinterest boards and ripped stuff out of magazines, and I just gathered like everything that I thought was beautiful. And it's not like I had a specific plan for this place. You know, once we saw it, then my brain kind of started going crazy. But I knew there were elements that I wanted. I knew I wanted a big garden. I knew I wanted a very as old world of a kitchen as I could create. And that's why I did things like bought my copper sink like 3 years before we even had a home. So I kind of kept things in inventory. You know, I had like the gist of what I wanted, and if something was affordable and I could put it on a shelf or keep it, I was kind of building an inventory, both physical inventory and a mental inventory of what I wanted. So the planning process for this, because it's not, when you have this kind of a style, it's not where you just go out and buy everything at once. You really have to be patient, and you really have to wait for the house to speak to you, wait for the individual room to speak to you, or the landscape, and have the patience of letting things always be in process. Like I have a lot of areas that maybe I jump over with my camera that are super in process. And I'm okay with that. It would be really, really boring if they were all done. So Nigel is gone, Venice. Yes, I just watched Nigel's last episode yesterday. Huh. So Dzam, and then I'm gonna jump off, you guys. I watch Gardener's World at BritBox.com. So I think I pay $6 a month for a whole variety of shows, but that's the one that I watch. Yeah, really sad. Okay, I am really sorry to be so short. I had no idea what time it was. So thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you enjoyed the latest episode of Potager, and then we are kind of collecting all our clips of the upstairs bedrooms, and it's just a weird time of year where like you want to be creative, but the fact is there's a crap ton of work to do. And so the fact I do all the filming and I do all the editing, and I fall asleep at like 8:45 at night. So it's really hard for me to find the time. I have files on my computer desktop full of clips, and it's a matter of just having like the energy or the downtime to turn them into an episode. But we will bring you the kids' bedrooms and lots more fun stuff. It's a great time creative wise because it's hard to be like indoors all winter long. And you know, the snow is beautiful and I love to photograph the forest and everything, but after a while you're like, okay, let's do this. So all right, you guys, thank you so much. Bonsoir. Aging Gracefully, you can just watch the replay, but I'm gonna go catch a date with a cutie 14-year-old. Hopefully he's not gonna blow me off now. And I'll talk to you all later. Thank you so much. A bientôt. I have no idea how to stop this stream, so it's like you're just gonna stare at my face for the next. I literally don't know how to stop this while I figure this out. Somewhere on my computer is the screen where I turn this off. There it is. End stream. All right. Good night, everyone.